Welcome to this clip on dividing a decimal number by a whole number. In this clip, we will be looking at dividing 4 into 5 and 6/10. So what does that mean? Well, we've got 4 paper bags on the right-hand side. And I'm going to represent 5 and 6/10 using base 10 blocks. And what I want to do is divide the 5 and 6/10 that I have into 4 equal groups. So each paper bag should have the same number. All right. Using base 10 blocks, well, in our case, I'm going to have one whole represented by a flat and 1/10 represented by one rod. So to represent 5 and 6/10, I'm going to need 5 ones and 6/10. So let's just see how many we have in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10. So I've represented the number of 5 and 6/10 with base 10 blocks, which we have in the center. Awesome. So the next step is to start dividing my 5 and 6/10. And I'm going to use my base 10 blocks to help me out here. So the first thing I'm going to do is move my ones into my paper bags. So I'm going to move 1 into my first paper bag, 2, 3, 4. How many ones have I moved? Well, I have moved 1 block into each paper bag. I've moved 1 ones into each paper bag. How many have I moved in total? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've moved 4 ones or 4 wholes in total from the center of my page. 4 ones in total. There were no tenths moved. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract. Why am I subtracting? Well, I had 5 and 6/10 in the center of my page, but I took away 4 ones from the center of the page and moved it over to the right-hand side to put in 1 whole in each of my paper bags. So I have to subtract the 4 ones that I moved that were in the center of the page. All right. Let's just go ahead and erase that. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's go ahead and subtract. 6/10 subtract 0/10 still leaves me with 6/10. 5 ones subtract 4 ones leaves me with 1 1. So I'm left with 1 and 6/10. Let's see if that's true by looking at the center of our page. I have 1 whole and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10. Not bad. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is look at my whole. And I'm going to have to do something about this whole because I have to break it up. I can't just move this 1 whole into 1 paper bag because I can see by estimation if I go ahead and move 1 whole into a paper bag and then go ahead and try to divide my tenths into each paper bag, well, I'm not going to have an equal number in my paper bags, and I want to have equal numbers. So what can I do? Well, I can go ahead and trade in this 1 whole 4 10/10ths. So let's go ahead and do that. 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and finally 10/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to go ahead and trade in my 1 whole for 10/10 because 1 whole is equivalent to 10/10. Awesome. So I'm still left with the same thing. I'm still left with 1 whole in 6/10. However, it's represented differently here. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16/10 is equivalent to 1 whole and 6/10. So I still have the same number. 1 and 6/10 is equivalent to 16/10. So I can go ahead and now divide my 16/10 so that I have equal numbers in my paper bags. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is start shifting 4/10 into each of my paper bags. All right, that worked out pretty well. Actually, it worked out very well because I have 4/10 in each of my paper bags. So let's go back to the left-hand side. How many tenths are in each paper bag? I have 4/10 in each paper bag. So this is how I will represent how many tenths were just moved. 4/10 were just moved. Each paper bag now has 1 and 4/10. How many tenths did I move from the center of our page? Well, I had 16/10, which can also be written as 1 whole and 6/10. So we are going to subtract. Why are we subtracting? Well, we had 1 and 6/10 in the center of our page, but I went ahead and I took those 16/10 and placed them into my paper bags. So what are we left as a remainder? Well, 6/10 subtract 6/10 leaves me with 0/10. And 1 subtract 1 leaves me with 0 ones. So I have no remainder, which I can see on the left-hand side, but I can also see right in the center of my page. I have no base 10 blocks left in the center of my page. So we have gone ahead and divided 4 into 5 and 6/10 to give us 1 and 4/10 in each paper bag. I can also double check my work on the right-hand side of the arithmetic done. Go ahead and add up what I've put in each paper bag. 1 plus 4/10 will give me a total of 1 and 4/10, which I have on the top of my arithmetic. All right, let's go back to the right-hand side for the last time. I had 4 paper bags, and in the center I had 5 and 6/10, and I was able to divide 5 and 6/10 into my 4 paper bags to have 1 whole and 1, 2, 3, 4, 4/10. Each paper bag has 1 and 4/10, the same number. Each paper bag has an equal number of 1 and 4/10.